So I am recording this session so that you have this as a gift for you to have and keep. You just need to download the link when it gets sent, or I might pop it on a YouTube, which is even easier, and then you can just watch it whenever you want. And that just means that you've got something to go to, because this practice is going to be a little bit of movement as well as some breathing techniques, which we call pranayama in yoga, as well as some meditation. So it's going to have lots of different things in it, and it might be that you've just got 20 minutes before work that you could maybe do the movement section or the meditation section, and you could pick and choose. You don't need to do the full hour as a block. So yeah, I just wanted to do that as a gift. If you hear weird squawking in the background, we've got a goose and he's in the garden today making lots of noise. So please bear with me if that's the case. And yeah, we'll get started because we haven't got loads of time. So now you're welcome to turn your camera off. Now I've made some kind of little connection with your faces that feels nice. And let's just start. So we can start cross-legged if that is comfortable for you. If it's not, another nice option is have the legs open a little bit and the bend at the knees. And you can't see my feet, but they're like this. So they're opening out with the soles of the feet. The reason we want to sit like this is so that we can get a straight-ish spine. Now, the spine's never straight, so it's a funny thing to say. But what we do want is the sit bones sinking down. So whether you're on a cushion or the floor, have a little wriggle until you feel your sit bones in contact with whatever it is you're on, whether that is the cushion or the mat. And you want both sit bones to evenly feel like they're grounding, like they're pushing down. Same with the hips and the knees pushing downwards. Then through the spine, we elongate as if somebody's got a string sticking out of our head and they're pulling it up. So we lengthen up, the spine, the neck and the head all aligned. Find the shoulders, roll them up to the ears, back, and then down. So they're falling away from the ears. With the hands, place them somewhere that's comfortable. It might be on the knees. It might be in the lap. And when you finally find that space that you feel you can sit in for a moment, just gently close down the eyes. As you close down your eyes, take a little deeper breath. And let this breath and the closing down of your eyes be an invitation for you to draw your awareness inward. That just for this moment, you let go of the external, the physical, the to-do lists, the work day ahead. And you just start to bring your focus to you and to what is going on for you in this moment. A nice way to do this is to do a body scan. So from the crown of the head, flow your attention down all the way to the feet, taking your time to do this. And you're looking for anywhere in your body that might feel pain or niggles or heavy or tired or tense. And as and when you find these places, it's with a completely accepting mind. Those knees that hurt you aren't bad. It's not bad that you have pain in your knees. It just is. And by bringing acceptance to whatever is going on for you in this moment, that's how we can start to make changes. Now we have the awareness of how our body feels. See if you could give a number to how your body feels on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being the worst your body could feel, and 10 being the best. Whereabouts is your number? And this is just for you. You don't need to pop it in the chat box or say it out loud. Just noticing, giving yourself a number for your physical body. Lovely. And as you take another conscious breath, staying in the now, in the present, bring your awareness up to your mind, your brain. And notice how this feels. Is it busy already? Is there already a million thoughts whooshing around your head? Or is it tired? Is it yet to wake up? Is it groggy? Is it heavy? Is it full of repetitive thoughts that aren't very helpful? Or is that mind calm and happy? And again, there's no right or wrong here. We are using words to label, but that's only for our own awareness, not to judge. This is our mental body, our mental health. Could you give this a number on the scale of 1 to 10? Lovely. Taking another nice deep breath. And I want you to imagine your mind being placed in a lift, pressing the down button and seeing that lift moving down through the face, the throat, and coming into the center point of the chest. In yoga, we call this the heart center, Anahata chakra. And this is our feelings, our emotional self. So inviting you to actually place one or both hands over this space. This is not the physical heart, which is more to the left. This is right in the center. And with your eyes closed, tune in to how you feel. Are there any emotions bubbling up, any words bubbling up for how you really feel? Again, nothing is bad. All is welcome in this space today. And as you take a nice deep breath, see if you'd like to give how you feel, your emotional self, a number on that scale, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best you could feel right now. Lovely. You can drop your hands now. And whilst you stay at the heart space, I invite you just to pick an intention for this practice today. An intention is a wish or a prayer. It's something that you would like to ask for. It might be something simple like to feel peaceful today, to feel joyful today. It might be something that you want to let go of today. And whatever that heart's intention is, we begin to bring the hands together at the heart center. And we hold that intention strongly in the heart. And we also move it through the hands and into the body through the arms. We're going to use the mantra Om just one time to chant. All the mantras that we use, mantra just means words that we say. They all have different vibrations, and Om is the universal sound. It changes the vibration in your being, in your body. It moves things around, and that's why people chant these ancient sounds and have been doing for thousands of years. If it feels funny to do it, you don't need to do it, but why not just give it a try? All it is the letter O and M, O and M together, Om, and we draw the two sounds out. So before we chant, we'll take a full deep breath, breathing all the way in, excuse me, and all the way out. Breathing in to chant. Keeping the eyes closed. Let that vibration move the body. Lovely. And gently open the eyes. So all the moves we do today, again, please excuse me, I've got a bit of a cough, are invitational. So what that means is if something doesn't feel good for your body, especially as we're not physically together and I can't see you and give you alternatives, you are sovereign. You are responsible for your body. So don't do it if it hurts. Don't do it. Find something else to do or just rest and relax for that time. Yoga is trying to come out of that mindset of competition, which is so prevalent in the West, in the gym, in all the sports. We're just so used to looking at what everyone else is doing and comparing. Yoga is about just listening to what feels good for your body and coming back to our gut, our instincts and our intuition, which can take some time to undo all of that conditioning that most of us have. So we bring the hands to the knees and we're going to start coming into some anti-clockwise circles. I'm going quite big, but you just close down your eyes and feel how you want to do these circles. They might be tiny and just stay right here at the pelvis, or they might come a bit deeper and come into the hips. We come forwards, and as we come back, we lean back. So as you come forwards, we're moving back. We're moving, like this and back. So from here, start to inhale to the front, exhale to the back. Don't strain the breath. Always just allow that breath to be smooth and easy. Lovely. 3 more. They might be slow circles. They might be fast. 2 and 1. Gently spiral back into center. Eyes still closed. Take a breath. Just let those circles and spirals come into the body. As we start to go clockwise now, inhale to the front, exhale to the back. Getting into the hips, the pelvis, warming the body up nice and slowly, gently. Eyes are closed. Last one here. Lovely, spiral that back in, eyes closed, take a breath. Lovely. Now we're going to move into seated cat-cow. So we stay here with the hands on the knees. Remember, if you can't be cross-legged, have the legs out or find another way. You can also sit on a chair for most of this. Inhale forwards, exhale, rock back. Inhale, chest open, slightly look up. Exhale, rock back, squeeze under. And again, close the eyes. What we're doing here is actually releasing spinal fluid and really nourishing the spine with these movements, waking the spine up. So send some love, send some gratitude to your spine that holds you up every single day of your life. What a wonderful gift we have. All the people that don't have a working spine, we must feel blessed for the things that we do have. Often we focus on what we don't have. Lovely. Let's just take 3 more. Lovely. And back to center there. When you're ready, bring the chin down to the chest. Inhale. Nice and slowly look up. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. And final time. Well done. Back to center. Inhale, look over one shoulder. Exhale to the other side. Let's try 2 more. And back to center. Bring that chin down to the chest again. And then very slowly, carefully, again, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. We're going to do circles with the neck. Doesn't matter which direction. And I want you to move as slowly as you can here. You might be aware that often in our lives we're trying to do so much, fit so much in, rushing, moving as fast as we can. This is a moment in time to slow everything down and to get into every little corner of the neck. If you find a space that feels tight or tender or achy, pause there and use the breath. So we breathe into the space that feels tight. And as we exhale slowly, we breathe out that tension. We can use the breath to actually move pain from the body. This is our last circle, this direction. Take your time to start to go the opposite way. Exactly the same. Watch that you haven't started rushing again. Can you slow it right down? Just be present with your breath, with your neck. Lovely. Last time, slowing it down and just coming back to our center point. From here, straight into our shoulder rolls. Inhale, up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale and exhale. And again, maybe close the eyes as you exhale. Imagine releasing as you inhale, gather up any stress, any tension, any worries. Exhale, let it go. Let it slide down the back and out into the earth below. What do you not need anymore? A moment just to release, to become softer. Lovely. Let's take 3 more. Wonderful. Just going to bring the fingers, interlace them, and then push the palms out right in front of the chest. Look down at the belly and take 3 deep breaths all the way into the space in between the shoulder blades. Breathing in there, gathering up. Exhale to release. Lovely, release there. Bring the hands over the head and interlace again. Turn the palms up and reach up. So we want to get as long as we can here, really long in the torso. And see if that position wants to stay quite rigid and still. Or does it want to get a little bit looser and move and wriggle? There's no right or wrong to any of this. We're just moving the body in a mindful way. Lovely. And then gently bring the hands behind you, interlace them. Pull the hands away, look up, breathe in. And exhale, fold forwards. Let the hands come up, let the arms come up, and let that head hang heavy. Even giving the head a little shake in yes and no here. Keep the awareness with the breath, nice long, soft breaths, in and out through the nose. One more breath. And gently come up. Lovely. So let's do some circles with the wrists. Just important to keep these joints healthy. So let's go the other way. And then we're going to start to shake the hands. So in our hands, the hands represent the whole of the body, as do the feet, which is in more Chinese medicine. Acupuncture, if you've heard of that. So when we shake the hands, we're actually shaking layers of tension out of the physical body. And keep going with this, because when we shake, we've probably shaked off maybe the first layer. But as we keep shaking, we can get the next layer or even the next layer out. Maybe bring the arms out or up, whatever feels nice. Maybe that shake comes into the forearms, the elbows. Let's do 10 more seconds. Lovely. Bring the hands to the knees. Close down the eyes. Sit up tall. Take a nice deep breath. Notice how you feel. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to come into some cat-cow. So coming over onto all fours, with the wrists directly underneath the shoulders and the knees directly underneath the hips. Toes can be flat or tucked. And we're going to lift the head and look forwards. The tailbone lifts to the sky. This is the inhale. Exhale, draw the tummy under. Push and arch up through the back, looking through the legs. So we inhale forwards and exhale under. And again, tune into your body, close down the eyes. Feel this massage for the spine that you're creating. The spine is everything for our health. If we have a healthy spine, it's really going to help our whole health. And tune into how you want that movement to be. Do you want to go a little bit faster or even slower, little micro movements? This is your practice. Remember that we're ever changing, especially women. Cyclical beings, change every week. How we feel, how our hormones are. So just noting that we might want different things at different times. Let's try 2 more. Lovely. Gently back to that neutral position. Okay, so we'll try a downward facing dog. So from this position, tuck the toes under, lift the knees and come back. Let the head drop heavy, looking through the legs. And make sure all the fingertips are spread and each individual fingertip is pushing down into the mat. Let the head shake in a yes and no, and then begin to push one heel back and then the other. If this feels too much at any point, just come down onto your knees and make sure you're breathing deeply here. This might be the deepest breath that you take all day while you're in downward dog, so enjoy it. Feet should be just hip distance apart, which is if you put your 2 fists together, that's the distance of your hips. It's not as big as people often think. There's 2 more breaths here. Lovely. Let's gently come back down onto the knees. And we're going to come and rest in child's pose. So widen the knees, the big toes touch at the back, and then we walk the hands forwards and rest the forehead onto the mat. The arms stretch out and just breathe here. Let your shoulders go soft. Let your jaw go soft. Check in with the jaw. Could you make it softer? Could you maybe do a big wide stretch with the mouth and then just close it so you're softening around that area? We often hold tension there. Child's pose is a relaxing pose. There's nothing to do here. We want to surrender, to soften. Maybe even make a invisible connection, a cord of light from your heart or your mind or your belly, or all 3 of those points all the way down into the core of the earth. Every exhale you take, let go. Send something out and down that's no longer serving you. Just keep taking some nice deep breaths here. So when we're in this position, we're actually activating the vagus nerve, which you might know about. It's part of our sympathetic nervous system. It helps to switch over into the rest and renew system of the body and get us out of our fight and flight adrenaline fueled that a lot of us are in, especially when we work busy jobs and drink lots of coffee. So give yourself a moment when you get home from work. Just come into child's pose, set a timer for 3 minutes. Just give yourself that moment to switch over, knowing your body knows how to rest. It knows how to fix and heal, but it needs that space and time to do so. So on this last breath now, very gently, tenderly, lovingly bring your body back up. Onto all fours again. Tuck the toes under and push into that downward dog again. And then walk the hands back and the feet forward until we come into what's called ragdoll position. So the knees are bent, there's no tension here. and the arms and hands lift off the floor. The head, again, hangs really heavy. You can give it a shake in yes and no. And this is your pose, so I'm not going to tell you how to do it. What I want you to do is get as loose as you can, as soft as you can. Close down the eyes. Do you need to shake the body anywhere? Do you need to sway? Do you need to breathe out through the mouth? Do you need to wriggle? What do you need just to get really loose here? Okay. So one more breath here. And bend the knees now as if you're squatting down to the bottom, sticking back. And as you push down through the feet with the hands, you're going to make figures of 8 around the body and come up slowly. Continue with these figures of 8 all the way above the head. Eventually inhale the hands together and exhale, draw the hands down the body to the heart center. Inhale, push one hand up, the other down, look up to the top hand. And exhale to the heart, other side. And exhale, inhale, push hands away from each other. Exhale one more time. Lovely. Now with loose fists, tap on the chest, underneath the armpit, on the chest. This is our lymph system, where we can store toxins. We're just helping the body to flush out. With the fingertips tapping on the cheekbones. Take a breath in through the nose, out through the mouth here. Lovely. Then with the fingertips again, we're going to massage that same place, the lymph, the chest, and especially underneath the armpit. Lovely. From the base of the throat, massage with fingers coming down into the center of the chest. And then with 2 hands either side of the chest, work in till we get to the middle underneath the chest. Find both hands, around the belly button. And we're going to massage around the belly button, just giving that digestive system a massage. And then one hand on the opposite shoulder. So we can do this if we're not pregnant. We dig the fingers in. If anyone is pregnant, you can do it. Just don't dig the fingers in. If that makes sense. So dig the fingers in. If you're not pregnant, that's fine. And then we're going to swipe across to the opposite hip. Other side, dig in if you can, and then swipe to the opposite side. Other side. Other side. Let's do 2 more. Lovely. Then with 2 fists, start at the top of one thigh, doesn't matter which leg, and move the 2 fists massaging down the sides of the leg. This is going to feel tender. This just means it's working what you're doing. So do both legs, massaging down the sides. And when you get down, come up slowly, mindfully, all the way back up. Lovely. Now we're going to walk. We're going to tap the right knee to the right hand, the left to the left, and then at some point we'll switch and do opposite hand to opposite knee, but I'll tell you. We breathe out the mouth for this one. And switch. Back to same. What we're doing here is connecting the left and the right hemispheres of the brain. You might already know that they work very differently, and often we're in one or the other, and the brain isn't working cohesively. So this is a way, that's it now, for the brain to all come together so we can work in these beautifully cohesive ways with all the neural pathways connected. So bringing all the fingers together, thumbs together. Bring the thumbs in between the eyebrows. Push them in. And then lift the thumbs up and breathe in. Drop the thumbs, breathe out the mouth. 4 more times. Lovely. Then all the fingers on the forehead, push them in. And slowly drag the fingers across the forehead. Do that a good few times until you feel something. You feel a release or a relief of that busy mind. Taking the tension away. And then move at your own pace, a little bit by little, coming back, pushing in and pulling apart until you've done all the back of the head, the skull, back of the neck, and then we release there. Place one middle finger, doesn't matter which, in the belly button and one in between the eyebrows. Push them both in and then hook up. So bring the fingers up. Take a breath in and exhale. This is connecting all of the gut, the instincts with our mind. So again, we're working in these really cohesive, holistic ways through our body here. So final thing we're going to do is bring the hands to the side of the ears. I'm going to run through this twice because it takes a bit more explanation. We inhale, cross the arms and fold forwards. Exhale out the mouth, open the arms. We do that 2 more times, getting lower to the ground each time. Then the hands come together. We wave them up through the center line of the body on an inhale. Exhale, we sprinkle down and around the body, all directions, and place something that feels nice into our field, into our body today, whether that's something like joy or fun or peace, calm, whether it's colors, lights, sparkles, whatever that might be, something nice. So the hands at the ears, inhale, cross, exhale, open, 2 more, hands together, inhale, coming up, close down the eyes with the fingers, shimmer that nice quality or colors, lights, whatever you're putting in, down around the body, front, back and sides. Final thing, imagine a zip at the base of the spine, zip that all the way up to the top lip. From the pelvis, another zip comes all the way to the bottom lip. We lock our zips together. We cross our arms over each other, close down the eyes here. Grounding ourselves in gratitude and centering ourselves in our hearts. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale, release the arms. Eyes still closed. Notice how you feel. Okay, lovely. And then just come back down to a comfortable seated position. Okay, lovely. So we're going to move into our meditation part. So we're going to use a mantra for this. And this is a really good, easy technique, tool that I use for my children's yoga because it helps them. So use the word sa, ta, na, ma. So it's just S-A, T-A, N-A, and M-A. Sa, ta, na, ma. All it means is my true essence. So it doesn't mean anything too heavy. It's just my true essence. And the way we can use it is by using the fingers and the finger pads to press together whilst we say the mantra. So sa, thumb and index finger, ta, next finger, na, next finger, ma, the little finger. Sa, ta, na, ma. So what we're going to do is use the mantra whilst we're using the finger pads, and we're going to say the mantra out loud. After a while, I'm going to ask you to continue to repeat the mantra internally, so not speaking it, just saying but still using the fingers. And then we'll come to a point where we don't use the fingers and we don't speak it, but we're still repeating it internally. Okay. And the reason that this mantra is so useful, and like all forms of yoga, the ultimate goal of any yoga, any movement practice that's called yoga, is that you can sit more comfortably in meditation. Because if you've got tension in your physical body, when you come and meditate and relax, there's a big chance that you can't relax because of all this tension. When you release the tension from your physical body, then guess what? Your mind feels more relaxed. And this is a big thing about yoga, is that we recognize and understand that there's a huge connection between the mind, the body, and the soul, the spirit, the heart, the emotions. So they're all interlinked. So when we do the sa, ta, na, ma, our brains are given something to do, which helps the thoughts to stop, because they have a job to do. The sa, ta, na, ma is what the brain is doing. The physical body, excuse me, is given something to do. So that helps the physical body to slow everything down. And because everything is occupied, then it can just bring that repetitive notion of the mantra, helps also just to slow everything down and come into this calm, still place for our meditation. So let's give it a go. So we'll begin by pressing. Bring the hands so they're comfortable on the knees, and you can be sat in a chair if you don't want to be cross-legged. And just begin with me when you're ready, and we'll do it out loud for the first round. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Do two more. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Now continue with the fingers, but saying the mantra internally. Sa, ta, na, ma. Lovely. The last one with the fingers, and then just let the hands relax, but keep internally repeating that mantra, staying still, staying focused. Make the next one your last time repeating the mantra. And then start repeating the mantra and just be still. Just breathe. Lovely, well done. So we're coming into our final relaxation, lying down if you can. You might like a thin cushion. Come into Shavasana. To Shavasana or corpse pose. We lie down, the legs are open about the width of the mat. The ankles turn outwards, which opens the hips. We want to be really open in the body, the arms down by the sides. A little bit away from the body, the palms facing up to the sky, the head, the neck, the spine all aligned, and the eyes are closed. If you need socks, jumpers, blankets, grab what you need to get comfortable as we fully relax here. Take a couple of deep breaths here. If you can, breathe in through the nose, deep down to the belly, and exhale out of the mouth with some noise, like a soft sigh. Again, this is a signal to the parasympathetic nervous system that we're moving into a rest and renew space. This is where we integrate all of our practice deep down into a cellular level. So staying lying down, I want you to imagine or tune in or sense or see or feel the sun in the sky. And the golden rays of the sun start to beam down, warming your body. It's as if the golden light of the sun creates a column of light around your body that starts to filter into your body. This golden light becoming soothing and softening as it moves in through the crown and helps to dissolve tension in the brain as it moves into the brain and the face, relaxing the eyes, relaxing the jaw muscles. Golden light filling your throat space, clearing out. Moving into the chest and the fronts of the shoulders. And into the arms, flushing down the arms, all the different parts of the arms and the hands, the palms and the fingertips filled with golden, sparkly light. And this light moving into the shoulder blades at the back, allowing them to melt into the floor, the back of the neck, and as if like liquid light moving, circulating down through the spinal column, the spinal cord, the top, middle and lower back, all the way to the sacrum, to the buttocks, into the belly, into the bowl of the pelvis. That golden light moving down through the thighs and the knees and the calves and the shins and the ankles and the feet, into all the toes until top of the head to the top, the tips of the toes. It's filled with this sparkling golden light. And that light that's so bright helps to shift and sift any heavy, dense, old energy that's lingering down to the base of the spine, down to the soles of the feet. And with your intention now, from the center of your belly, begin to grow and ground roots as if you were a tree down into the earth. Through the building where you're at, eventually finding the soil and then rooting down through the layers of the earth and eventually find the center, the heart of the earth. And plug your roots in here. And just send a wave of gratitude to the earth for where we get our food and our shelter, our water. And then we can have a moment to release all of that heaviness, anything we need to let go of, down to the earth with love. Every moment, every exhale, we become lighter and brighter and create more space within us, more space for things we do want. You might have a sense of completion, you might not, in which case know that these connections are always there, we're just making them conscious. But for this moment, we have given to the earth and now we can receive. So from the earth's center, we begin to breathe in the most nourishing and unconditionally loving energy you can imagine. Maybe it has a color or a sense or a feeling. Begin to breathe it in from the earth heart, through the layers of the earth, the layers of our planet, into your feet, in and up through your legs, and breathe that energy as deeply into your heart as you can. Into your heart space. At your heart now, the energies of above and below, that sun and earth, mix and meld together and create this frequency of harmony and pure potential at your center that then begins to ripple and radiate out throughout every cell and atom and molecule of your being, including into your energy bubble that surrounds you. Take a breath as you enjoy this feeling. Imagining a gold and silver strand thread of light above the head that you reach up and weave down and around the body, creating a cocoon around you to completely protect and seal this energy that you've created into your body. A moment now to do that body scan again and find your number from 1 to 10 of how your body feels now. Is it the same? Has it changed? There's no right or wrong here. And into the mind, the brain, how does that feel? From 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. How does that mind, brain feel? And dropping into the heart center. Your feelings, emotions, how does that feel? So when you're ready, take a deeper breath and invite some movement in to the body, wriggling the fingers and the toes, and very slowly, tenderly rolling yourself over onto one side, keeping the eyes closed for a moment. And just spend a moment here in gratitude. What are you grateful and thankful for today? If it's hard to find something, just come back to the basics, the shelter, the beds, the water, the food. And as you start to allow this gratitude to flow, we can come up to a comfortable seated position to close this practice. Take your time. When you get back to seated, bring the hands back together, the heart center, close down the eyes. And remind yourself of that intention, that wish that you started with. We'll send that out into the universe, along with a prayer of peace for the planet on our final chant of Om. So let's start with that full breath, breathing all the way in and out. And in to chant. Taking a breath and just bowing to yourself and to your practice, and gently coming back and just move back into your day in a nice, slow, easy, gentle way, and drink lots of water. So thank you all so much for coming.
Thank you, Jessica.